Hello students, in the last video I had discussed about hidden surface removal and a polygon rasterization algorithms. In a hidden surface removal, we have two approaches, that is object space approach and a image space approach. In object space approach, we have a complexity that is big O of k square. That is, we'll compare each object with all other objects, so the complexity is increased. Even object space approach is also called as brute force approach. Then if we use image space approach, then the complexity will get reduced to big O of k. To further reduce the complexity even lesser than big O of k, we can use a sorting process over there. That is, before performing rasterization, we need to sort or we need to arrange all the polygons or object in a particular order depending on their z coordinate value. If we arrange all the objects depending on their z coordinate value, and after if we perform a rasterization, even complexity will get reduced to a lesser value than big O of k. That is nothing but sorting and hidden surface removal. To perform hidden surface removal, if we sort all the object which we need to display on an output screen depending on their z coordinate value, then even the complexity of hidden surface removal will get reduced to a lesser value than big O of k. Then whenever we consider the polygon rasterization has a sorting problem, depending on that consideration, there are three polygon rasterization algorithms. Those are flood fill algorithm, scanline fill algorithm and odd even fill algorithm. We have already discussed flood fill algorithm. Now we'll see what is nothing but scanline fill algorithm. In a scanline fill algorithm, as you know, in application program, the user or the application programmer will specify the vertices for a polygon. Here assume the polygon which the user want to display is a triangle. So he has specified three vertices. Those are A, B and C. That is the first step. In the second step, we will rasterize the edges of a polygon by using one of the line segment rasterization algorithm, that is either DDA algorithm or a scanline fill algorithm. Once we rasterize the edges of a polygon, we are able to observe a polygon with only edges, but inside polygon is not filled with any color. Now to fill the polygon with a foreground color, we are using scanline fill algorithm. In a scanline fill algorithm, we will draw horizontal lines on the polygon. We will call those horizontal lines as scan lines. The height or the distance between each scan line will be same as the height or the area of the pixel. We will draw horizontal lines on the polygon in a scanline fill algorithm. The horizontal lines are also known as scan lines. The distance between each pixels will be equal to a size of a pixel in a frame buffer or on a display. When we draw a scan line on a polygon, the scan lines will intersect with the edges of a polygon. We'll number all those intersections of a scan line with the polygon using a consecutive numbers. That is, the first intersection will be numbered as 1, second intersection will be numbered as 2, third intersection will be numbered as 3, and so on till the last intersection. Once we number all the intersection of a scan line with a polygon, the next step is we need to update all the pixels between the odd intersection and a even intersection. What is nothing but odd intersection and a even intersection? The intersection which is marked with odd number is known as odd intersection. The intersection which is marked with even intersection is known as even intersection. So in this example, as per the rule, we need to update all the pixels between intersection number 1 and intersection number 2. But we are not supposed to update the pixels between intersection number 2 and 3, because the rule says we need to update all the pixels between odd numbered intersection and even numbered intersection, but not between even numbered intersection and a odd numbered intersection. This rule is nothing but odd even fill algorithm. Always the pixels between odd numbered intersection and even numbered intersection need to get filled with a foreground color. That is, the pixels need to get updated between the intersection 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and so on till 11 and 12, but not between even and odd intersection points. This is nothing but a scanline fill algorithm. The variation of scanline fill algorithm is nothing but YX algorithm. In a YX algorithm, we will use a In the YX algorithm, we will use linked list approach to store the intersection points. That is, in the first column we will write all the scan line numbers. Here scan lines are represented as I plus 1, I plus 2 and so on, and in each scan line we will attach the number of intersection points as a linked list. That is, in a first scan line I there are two intersections x1 and x2, so they are updated with the first scan line or they are attached as a linked list. Then in the second scan line we have the intersection x3 and x4, so they are linked with second scan line. So in the same way, in the third scan line we have four intersection points, those are x5, x6, x7 and x8. So whenever we attach all the intersection point as a linked list, then we need to update all the pixels with respect to first scan line between x1 and x2. Then the second scan line we need to update all the pixel between x3 and x4, and in the third scan line we need to update all the pixels between x5 and x6 with a foreground color, and again between x7 and x8, but not between x6 and x7, because the pixels between even intersection and odd intersection should not be updated as per odd even fill algorithm. This is regarding scanline fill algorithm. Then in a scanline fill algorithm, sometimes we may face some of the complexities, and we'll call those complexities or special cases as singularities. Then what are the special cases what we'll face in a scanline fill algorithm is, consider the first diagram which is given over here. Here in this case the scanline is passing through vertex of a polygon. When we were understanding the scanline fill algorithm, we came to know that whenever a scan line intersect with edge of a polygon, then that edge need to be numbered with a consecutive integer. But here in this case the scan line is intersecting with vertex of a polygon. Then here when we observe, if the scan line is intersecting with one of the vertex of a polygon, we need to consider that intersection as either zero intersections or two intersections. Why is because if I consider that has a zero intersection, then no need to update any pixels over there. If I consider that intersections has two intersection, then I'll mark intersection 1 and 2 has same intersection. So again no need to update any other pixels, because both odd intersection and even intersection is same. So between odd intersection and even intersection none of the pixels are present, so no need to update them. Instead of that, if I consider that intersection has one intersection, and if I number that intersection has 1, and if I number some other intersection has 2, then all the pixels between these two intersections need to get updated with a foreground color. That is wrong. So in such a case we need to take care whether to consider that intersection has one intersection or some other intersections whenever a scan line intersects with vertex of a polygon. In the same way, we'll consider the second case. Here also the scan line is intersecting with vertex of a polygon. In this case, the intersection of a scan line with a polygon need to be considered as one intersection, because in this case the scan line has already intersected with one edge of a polygon previously, and next it is intersecting with a vertex. So all the pixels between first intersection and second intersection need to get updated. So in this case we are considering the intersection has one intersection. So depending on the situation and depending on the intersection, we need to identify whether we need to consider that intersection as one intersection or zero intersections or two intersections. So in these cases we need to take care, that is how to implement scanline fill algorithm will become important. Otherwise rasterization of polygon will become wrong. Then next is backface removal. Backface removal is nothing but when we try to display a polygon, that is when we consider complex polygon, some faces of a polygon may not be visible to a user. For example, if we want to display a cube contains 6 faces. At a time, it is not possible to see all faces of a polygon on the display. Some of the faces may be hidden behind, or some of the faces are not visible to a user. All the faces which are not visible to a user need not be processed because they are not anyway visible. So even if we process them, it is just waste of our time. So instead of processing them, we can remove the processing of back faces or hidden faces from a user, so that we can reduce the time of processing. That process is known as back face removal. Then how can I identify whether a particular face of a polygon is visible to a user or not? To identify that, in a diagram, we have considered one face of a polygon, and to understand whether it is visible to a user or not, we need to draw a normal from the polygon towards the user or towards the viewer. Here the normal is nothing but n and viewer is nothing but v. To identify whether a face of a polygon is visible to a user or not, we need to draw a normal from the polygon towards the viewer. Here a normal is nothing but n and viewer is nothing but v. There is an angle called theta which is made between a normal and a viewer. Then how can I say whether this face is visible to a user or not depending on this theta value? That is, the first condition which we need to check is the theta value should be between -90 to +90 to when the face is visible to a user. To say the face is visible to a user, the theta value, that is the angle between the viewer and n, should be between -90 to +90. If the theta value satisfies this condition, then we can say the corresponding face of a polygon is visible to a user, otherwise no. Then the second condition what we can use to check whether the face is visible to a user or not is cos theta greater than 0. If the cos theta is greater than 0, then also we can say the particular face is visible to a user. Here I haven't written theta in a symbol form, I have written it in a text. You can understand it is just a theta value. Then the second condition what we have written over here, that is cos theta greater than 0, can also be written in one more form, that is n minus v greater than 0. Even if this condition satisfied, then also we can say the face of a polygon is visible to a user. Other than considering a theta value, there are some other ways to say whether a face of a polygon is visible to a user. That is, if we assume that the polygon is on a surface ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0, then by considering the sign of the coefficient c, that is, if the sign of the coefficient c is positive, then we can say face of a polygon is visible to a user. If the sign of the coefficient c is negative, then we can say the corresponding face of a polygon is not visible to a user. If we consider, if the polygon is on a surface which is represented as ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0, then depending on the sign of cz, we can say whether the face is visible to a user or not. If the sign is positive, the face will be visible to user. If the sign is negative, then the face will not be visible to a user. In OpenGL, we have a built-in function called GL cull face, which is used to remove back faces of a polygon. This algorithm is based on computing the area of a polygon. Now assume we have a polygon with n vertices, then area can be given as half into, that is 1 by 2 into summation of yi plus 1 plus I into xi plus 1 minus xi. If we consider this has the area of a polygon with n vertices, then if the area is a negative value, then it indicates particular face of a polygon is not visible to a user. If the area is a positive value, then we can say that particular face of a polygon is visible to a user. This is regarding back face removal.